this will work even better when the volume is on, isn't it? So, welcome everyone. This is VM Campos, Magic Fan. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring my account here. I've been given a fully loaded account on Magic Arena, free of charge. Thank you so much. With all of the Ikoria cards ready to use. And I'm going to be playing a bunch of constructed, draft, 1v1, etc. from about right now 3:33 p.m. to question mark sometime around there. And I will be periodically shouting out Wizards of the Coast for the opportunity to do this, so that's what's in store. Now, something fun first before we get to the gameplay, so let me load up my web browser over here. There's this fun Ikoria Bingo. If you go look at the Magic Twitter account, there's this bingo that you can play. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. So, if you're watching your favorite streamers like myself or anyone else, hopefully you can try to do this. You can try to see if you get any of this good stuff here. Watch someone that has to take a quick break. That's the Ross. Or Best Buds, a draft deck built around a companion. Fateful Hour, player wins a game with 5 or less life. So there's a bunch of these possible bingo items, which I'm going to put there in the chat. If people want to see this themselves, go follow that link. If people want to go see this for themselves, go watch this. Go follow this here, and you can play this bingo with all of the amazing people that are currently streaming Magic Arena. So, how's everyone in the chat doing? Having a good day so far? Let me know how the volume is. Let me know how the stream looks and so forth. I'm going to rely on you to be my eyes and ears about how the quality of the stream is going. We've got a brand new overlay right over here. This brand new overlay is showing here clearly we are sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you so much, Wizards of the Coast, for giving me access to a fully tricked out Magic Arena account with all of the gems I could ever want for. I seem to have a few here. That seems to say, let's see, is my math correct? 750,490 gems. If we translate that into dollars. Actually, I'm going to make a note of that so I can figure that out later. How much is this actually worth? 750,490 gems? How many dollars is that worth to make it work? I'll figure that out later. So what I want to do here is I have a variety of ways to play, and I think one of the most exciting ways to play is we have a brand new premier draft. We have real life human drafting now. You can actually play with real people now. Hey there, Mark, I'm about to start playing. Thanks for visiting. We now have official real drafting with real people. No longer bot drafting. We streamers for the early access event now have the ability to play with real people. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This is so cool. Now, I did give it a quick shot earlier as soon as I woke up today. Then I had to go to work through video conferencing, of course. But I gave it a shot, and it was cool. It was like, wow, I'm playing against real people drafting this, not just a bot that is kind of programmed in a little bit of a way. Justin, so it's approximately $3,700. Thanks for doing the math on that. Yeah, 750,000 gems is equal to about $3,000. So once again, thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for the free product. 750,000 gems. So we're going to play some of this real-life drafting. Now, I also need to change a few things on my stream here. I think YouTube is being weird that it's not integrating CloudBot properly for me, but if you do, I'm going to change the... I'm going to put some commands here. If you then do this... like this. So I'm going to put that in the title of the stream if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Let me do that as well on Twitch. Welcome everyone wherever you are visiting. We're going to do some gameplay, and we've got also some free game codes to give away. All you have to do is I guess I'll put it this way here in the chat as well so that people can see it. I think YouTube's acting a little bit weird about it, but exclamation point points is the command to check your points, and then exclamation point redeem mtgarena at 100. I should call them like VMC bucks or something. At 100 points, you'll be eligible to cash that in for an arena code, which is also courtesy of Wizards of the Coast. Thank you so much for that. So, and you'll get those points simply by hanging out on the stream, and better yet, you get even more points by chatting and telling me how to play amazingly. So that's what's in store at the moment. I also want to give it a few shout outs right over here. We recently had, right here, shout out to Gravy Fries. That kind of sounds tasty. Shout out to Gravy Fries, who followed recently. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for being part of the VMC crew and hanging out on the stream. Shout out also to Shioya V. They also followed recently, and that's very cool of them. Really appreciate it. Also, how's the volume? Does my background music sound okay? Is it not overwhelming the sound of my voice at least? I'm always kind of trying to tweak the settings so that they're perfect for the viewers. So if the background music's a little too loud, let me know. And lastly, shout out to Yoshi Islander. Spoiler alert, they are going to be a brand new guest on the podcast very soon. We've got a recording scheduled this Friday. And if you didn't know, I do a weekly podcast all about Magic with a focus on Magic Arena. Search VM Campos on your favorite podcast app. Google Play, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Overcast, etc. I'm on all of them. Just search right there. Have I opened my packs? If so, did I get anything good? Well, no, not yet in terms of, okay, they gave me a bunch of packs right here. Whoops, where are they at? Packs. I sort of like feel with this particular account, since they give you everything for free, it's not as amazing to crack these open because you can just craft them anyway with gems. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, though, and let's open 10 booster packs of Eldraine. Remember that old set from a long time ago, Throne of Eldraine? Okay, so see, like that. See, that's what happens when you do this. I have all the cards already, so it just gave me a bunch of gems. But that's cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to play Premier Draft. And it costs 1,500 gems, but I've got a few to spare, so let's go for it. This is a brand new preview, and I automatically... Oh, look at that, I got Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla the Weapon. That's kind of amazing. It's just a card style, but that looks really cool. I love that. Look, I love how it's blasting everything. Now, do you mean open good packs in real life? That's a thing as well. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. Here's, if you've never seen this, and actually maybe no one's seen this because they just implemented it today for the early access streamer event. Here's how it works. Here's the interface. There's a group of 8 people, a pod, and I go into it like this, and we just have to wait for other people to also want to live draft like this. A Mox card from Eldraine, yeah. It was Mox Diamond, right? So we just this is like so cool. We get to play with like real people drafting these cards to do the perfect deck. However, in real life, also you have to put together a pod and help and get people to work. So let me put a little shout out to the private streamer group. Oh, it's filling up there actually. Great. So let me just mention also, well, I guess it's filling up. So 2 more seats, and then we will be able to play this. There we go. We're all ready. I'm going to take a screenshot right here. Here's all the opponents. Well, it's going to show us in a moment. Here's everyone that's in my draft. Who have I seen here already? I saw Computer King. Who else have I seen here famous so far? Well, Amazonian, and who else? Tappy Toe Claws. You know, all the big names in Magic are on our private server thing. So, waiting for the last person. Might it be the professor himself? Is it Wedge? Is it Jimmy or Josh? Who do we have? Ooh, Numatanami. Check it out. Let's see who I'm drafting with right now. I'm drafting with Perino. So that's who I'm playing with live right now. Another difference with the new live draft is now we have a time limit. So while we do the drafts, we do have a time limit. But then after the draft, you can then play like in a league at your own pace. And okay, so this Dirgebat is cool. When you mutate it, it then destroys one of their creatures. Let me see if we can try to do some mutation shenanigans. Here's another new thing. You have to click or double click to select your pick so that you don't accidentally select it. So Splendor Mare cycle for 3. When you cycle it, put a lifelink counter on something. What else? Escape Protocol. Whenever you cycle, you may pay 1. When you do exile target artifact, then return it. Okay, so that's a little flicker. Reconnaissance Mission. Whenever a creature you control deals damage, combat damage to a player, you may draw. Big ol' Ventasaur, Serval, Frenzied Raptor, Unexpected Fangs. Look at that little creature eating another creature. Crystation, 1/6 flash. Vulpikeet. Whenever this creature mutates, put a 1/1 counter on it. Spontaneous Flight. Something +2 and flying. Pyroceratops. Gets +1 for non-creature spells. Bristling Boar. Humble Naturist. Mana Dork. It's going to auto-pick for me. Whoops, I guess I got to grab it. And then I have to wait for the other person. Remembrance. When it enters, create a human. Whenever a creature dies, everyone loses life. Heartless Act, that's some good removal. Migration, search your library for 2 basics, put them into the battlefield tapped for some ramp. Helica Glider, that's the Nightmare Squirrel. It's a 2/2 and either comes in as a first strike or flyer. Unlikely Aid, Blood Curdle, destroy a creature. Let's get that Heartless Act. What do you think of all the best new cards? There's so many cards still to digest, even though I've been looking through like the various spoilers and such and trying to really understand them. You figure out what the best ones are after actually playing with them. And sometimes if I don't write it down, my memory is so bad. I did do one draft in the morning before I had to go to work, and there were a few cards in there that stood out kind of well. Diamond Giant, is that one? It's a 3/3 for 3 that automatically gives itself first strike and then lifelink and then reach, and like it just grows itself so amazingly. That was a rare artifact. I like that one. I just ended up picking, well, Suffocating Fumes can kind of be cool if an opponent is really doing like mana dorks, -1/-1 to everything of your opponent only, and then cycle it perhaps. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with lifelink. Crater Enchant Land. Scorpion, it's a 1/2. If it dies, it deals damage. So I'm still kind of comfortable. I'm still getting comfortable with the cards, so I think it's cool to have this ability to have so many people play this, that Wizards of the Coast makes this cool early access event to have so many people playing it. Like right here again, oops, it's all tied with Perino. They've got all the cards tied up at the moment. As I get more comfortable with it, I will obviously craft better decks. And right now it's just kind of the fun about, let's figure out some fun stuff here. And it's also about putting in a Nightmare Squirrel into your deck, right? That's a win. So how's everyone today so far? How are you holding up today? You know, there is a a need to remember that, you know, we're all in this together at the moment. You got this. You'll make it through. And it is annoying what we're living through and a little scary sometimes, but I think we'll get through it. Zagoth Crystal. So we've got the brand new Triomes. Triple lands. That's really cool. Actually, let me take a screenshot of that. It's so cool to have, again, like real drafts against real people. So I'm planning on doing some Premier... That's the new name of it also. Premier Draft is the new name of all of this, where you play with real people. We still will have bot drafting in case you kind of want to do it at your own pace. And Evolving Wilds is back. We have a couple of different versions of draft coming up. Premier Draft. Now, unfortunately, I do have to say that I think Premier Draft, which is best of three? No, what is it? Well, never mind. I gotta look into it more properly because one of the modes is not ranked. And if you don't care about ranked, okay, great, more Magic. But if you do, that might be something to think about. Looks fun. Hope they make this drafting permanent. To my knowledge, yes, it will be permanent, that this form of drafting will be permanent. People have been clamoring for it for so long to draft against real people that it's there. We now have it as part of the event. So one more question, quick, for the chat. Is my background music okay? I can hear it okay on mine, but I know I have a different control for all of you. Is the background music okay and not too overwhelming? Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Is the music okay? Yeah, it's a little far away from Christmas time to ask Santa for one, but if you're a good boy, you might get one for Christmas. Brand new computer to run Magic Arena with the brand new game modes. So welcome everyone in the chat. Thanks so much for coming to visit. We're playing some Premier Draft, which is the brand new game mode where you play with real people. Right now I'm playing with real people. Check it out. I'm actually playing, I'm pretty sure this is Numatanami. I'm playing with Numatanami right now. So I gotta be on my game, of course. So what else? I think we need a few more creatures here. I've already kind of crafted some decks for fun in terms of totally on brand. I crafted a few cat decks, 2 in Standard and 1 in Brawl, so I'm going to see about doing some direct challenges with some of my other buddies on the VIP event. So you get to see that. And right now we're doing our first draft. This is still pick 1, so hey Daybreak, no problem, you're right on time. I'm trying out the brand new game mode, Real Person Drafts. I don't know if you've heard of such famous people as Numatanami. I apparently am drafting with them, or against them. We'll say with them. And I got a swap. Okay, pack 2. Let's see what we get here in pack 2. We seem to be going towards Orjav. Black and white, so what good things in black and white do we have? And now that we're dealing with real people, we also have to think in the 4th dimension about what else is everyone else picking. Durable Coil Bug. Hilarious. Memory Leak. I guess since I'm going with black and white here, a 2/3 with Mutate. So Mutate, one of the new mechanics. make a better, stronger, faster creature. Now, I'm also going to open this up briefly over here. Let me put it on the web browser. I'll also put the link in the chat. There is a streamer bingo going on. Follow that link there to see if this stuff happens, if people are able to make this work. Majestic Auricorn, 4/4 mutate. That can be done in my colors. Ooh, there's the Eerie Ultimatum, one of the best cards of all. That was the question there earlier, Justin, about what's a great card. That's a great card. 7 mana to return as many permanents from your graveyard onto the battlefield as you want. With stipulation, of course, which is that you need to have a singleton format. So my opponents, who else? Pouncing for Shark. Look at that wacky thing right there. This is Science Run Amok. There's another Divine Arrow for some removal. So we've got an Ajani, a Vivian, a Nicol Bolas, a Tezzeret, a Chandra, another Chandra, an Ajani, and a Vivian. Those are the avatars that we have here. So I think I'll send out a couple more reminders here in the Discords if people want to hang out. I guess I'm going to play for a while. I don't have a plan. It's 3:33 p.m., so the thing is I'm going to play from 3:33 p.m. to question mark, whatever that is. Welcome to everyone coming to visit. If you want to earn some game codes, all you have to do is watch and hang out. And chat. That'll also build up your points. Once you accumulate at least 100 points, then you are eligible to get some arena game codes. So let's see. We have a couple of colorless creatures, not artifacts, but colorless creatures such as Farfinder. Pretty cool art here. 3 mana for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So it lets you, mana fix and such. Oops, I'm the slow one now. Okay, take that one. And Void Beckoner, that's a huge amount. Put a death touch counter. So that'll be like a big bomb creature right there. There isn't anything that I feel like yet like Kiora bests the Sea God. Remember when we got that 8/8 Kraken hexproof? I don't quite remember there being something that like automatic game ending yet. Although those ultimatums are pretty powerful. Someone played one against me, although it didn't fully end the game, but it was really, really powerful. So yeah, we get to do this stuff to figure it out. So let me also say in our other chat thing here, direct challenging. Okay, the newest plummet is this amazing art of this poor bird creature thing just falling to its death. Day Squad Marshal. So a lot of great art in this set, definitely, and It'll be really cool as we get into it. The Eerie Ultimatum, exactly. That's the Eerie Ultimatum. That's the one that's going to totally shake things up. It's perfect for Commander, right? 7 mana to get whatever, as any permanents as you want out of the graveyard right into the battlefield. The stipulation, of course, is that they have to be uniquely named, which they already are in Commander or Brawl. So that one's gonna wreck things. Eerie Ultimatum, plus I love the art on it. Nothing great here. We've got some new mana rocks, Ketria crystals. Well, a crystal for every triome for 3 mana. I don't really do 3 color stuff in Commander. Oops, my time's running out. But I have a Naya dinosaur deck. I'm going to take away this Glimmer Bell because it's worked great for other people. Actually, it's not going to work to hate draft here because it is that you battle people. I mean that you draft against real people, but then it then becomes like a league, like Magic Online, in terms of then when you want to continue playing, it's just going to match you against who is ever wanting to play. So it's not the perfect human draft yet. Well, perfect, however you want to define it. In terms of, I am drafting against real people, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be playing against these people here. It's just whoever is available to play. This is one of these other colorless creatures, Adaptive Shimmerer. 5 mana, 0/0. It enters the battlefield with 3 1/1s. Flash. Whoops. See, it auto-picked it for me. I didn't pick it in time. I forgot the timer. Whoops. I wanted that one, but it picked something dumb. No, it actually did pick it for me. Oh, okay. So I guess it's kind of smart to auto-pick for you, especially when the time's this low. So that's nice. The AI is working. Here's Pack 2, Pick 13 coming up. Nothing that great. Swamp, sure. Here's Pack 3. Okay, what do we have? Death's Oasis. Oh, I'm definitely going off into Orzhov colors. Those are not necessarily the best colors. Oh, I need that Blood Curdle, actually. Someone else took it from a different pack, so someone else might have had that. So, what do we have coming together? Solid Footing. Okay, Zagoth Mamba. 1 mana for a 1/1. Whenever this creature mutates, something else gets -2. Okay, so I have a light mutation theme going on. Perhaps not as strong as it could be. So we'll be on the lookout for more mutate creatures. Those are pretty fun. It really adds a new dimension to the game. The card art is amazing. Let's look at something like, look at that Splendor Mane. It's an elk unicorn, and there's like so much art with like fun little crystals and stuff behind the scenes. Majestic Auracorn, that one has a mutate. Boot Nipper either comes in with Death Touch or Lifelink. This is like one of the most complex sets. I was listening to the podcast Good Luck High Five, and they had Judge Rob on the podcast. He's like a level 2 judge or something. And he was saying this is one of the most complex sets of Magic. He's in like a bunch of private chat rooms with other Magic judges, and they're all like freaking out about how complex this new set is. So imagine for us normal people. But the more we play it, the more good we get at it. Bad grammar aside. See, there's one of the ultimatums. Inspired Ultimatum. Now, yes, we used to call these things, I don't know, Jeskai, Mardu, whatever. That's old school, that's tired and played, boomer. Nowadays, we need to call them Indatha, Zagoth, Savai, and the other two I don't remember. But that's the new name for the triple things. Get out of here, Mardu, Jeskai, etc. Yeah, mutate, exactly. Mutate is the bane of the new judges, because he was saying that now, okay, you can have so many interactions, especially with older cards in Commander, etc., Modern, etc., Pioneer. It's just so many interactions that they could not have possibly foreseen. And it'll be interesting times. The cool thing about though is learning is using this, learning about how to play these things on Arena. It'll guide you enough so that then in real life you can get it done right. So these cards officially release on Magic Arena tomorrow. And then today is the sponsored early access stream. So I did play a couple of people earlier today as I was kind of setting up my account. I put together, and I'll show it after this draft, but I put together 2 cat-themed decks. One with, what's her name? Kahira? It's Selesnya colors. And then the other one was Snapdax. That one was, I think, Mardu, which once again, that's not the name of the current triomes. Let me look up the names here again. What's the official name of these things? These new lands? Let's go over here briefly. Indatha, Ketria, Raugrin, Savai, and Zagath. So previously, if we knew Jeskai, now it's Raugrin. Get with the program. And before, I never really knew all of Mardu. I kind of know some of the Tri ones. I have a hard time remembering those. But now Savai is the new Mardu. So, what are we doing here? Get another Nightmare Squirrel on the squad. Nothing good here. The lands. Let's look at some of these lands. Oh, I got an invitation right here. Accept an invite from one of the VIP people. Are there any planeswalkers? Yes. Let me do this. We'll say set Ikoria type planeswalker. So we can show that on the web browser over here. So we have 3. We have 3 new planes. Well, we have a returning planeswalker, Vivian, mono green. We have Narset in her 3 colors. I'm just so used to her as a mono blue. And then a brand new planeswalker, Luca, mono red. Those are the new planeswalkers. I'm getting a chat over here. Let me just respond to this. Very soon in a draft. Yes, return to the draft. Oh yeah, okay, that was the final pick, so okay. Did I reply to them properly? Okay, yeah. So, let's work on our... Well, after... Okay, let's go back to the person and say, okay, ready now, actually. So another one of our VIP people. So the way the draft works is there is the human drafting of there is the human drafting that you just saw. Then I can go back to then I can go back to play whenever I want. So there is that cool aspect of it, that when you draft that at that moment, you don't have to play at that moment, but there is the time restriction of you have to draft at that moment with other people. And then after that, you can play at your own. Opponent has canceled the challenge. Whoops, okay, I guess we just need to confirm which specific deck to do. So I'll say, let me know the mode you want. I think Luca's cool. Like, so I am picking standard. It was a standard deck. Best of 3 or 1 as you wish. Okay, I thought that's what we did, but let's do that again. So, yep, best of 3 and this is a standard deck, right? Yeah, it's all Ikoria standard, so we should be good there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Narset. Yeah, I don't. Vivian in the middle. I think you are right about that. Okay, so here we go. This is a Selesnya cat deck, so let's see, I guess I only need one serval. And mine's an Ikoria only. If you live draft, wouldn't they be waiting for you? Yes, they were. When I was live drafting, grabbing my cards, yes, it was all live and people were waiting for each other, definitely. But then now, you can quit to do something else and come back, and then it will pair you with other people that are ready to play at that moment. So it's all good. Now I didn't specify against my opponent that I'm doing Ikoria only, and that is a thing in terms of it's a cool deck restriction. Ooh, look at that guy. It is a cool deck restriction, though the deck restriction is definitely about the deck restriction, depending how you're playing against people, it's let's do a mutation right here. Let's put a cat on a cat. Plus it also makes me 2 cats. Now, they probably will not block with this because that's a kind of a cool card. Oh, okay, they will block, fine. I still have cats. This is where the dream is. Have you all seen this card? Colossification. Enchant a creature and it gets +20/+20. Hilarious, right? These little cats right here are not as cute as I would like them to be for some reason. They don't look kitten-ish enough. It looks like the head is too grown up, and then the body isn't. That's a good card there. Everyone's saying, look at that art, wow! +1 for each creature card in your graveyard. So it's the new Tarmogoyf, basically. Let's see if they fall for this. So Fiend Artisan is the new Tarmogoyf. And it gets bigger with more stuff in the graveyard. Here's a really subtle thing with the user interface. Does everyone now notice that the power and toughness on these cards is now in the corner like it's supposed to be in real life? This is sort of like a Berenstein Bear sort of thing, right? Wasn't it always in the corner? Am I an alternate reality? Nope. In the previous version of the game, the power toughness was in the center. So So now it's in the corner properly. I'm going to mutate upon a token. You can do that as well. Put it over, of course. So there's this amazing sorcery to exile. And it targets a tapped creature. That's one thing to remember. It has to target a tapped creature. Ooh, they got Mothra. Nice. That one is, if a creature dies, it returns back to the battlefield with a flying counter, so we're in trouble here. I need to get rid of Mothra. Or I need to Colossify. Am I ready to Colossify? Not yet, I'm so close. Oh man, Plaguecrafter. Okay, well. Actually, this is devastating. They could just bring that Plaguecrafter and then it just wipes everything and then... Yeah, okay, so... I don't think we're going to be able to come back from this. Especially with only lands, so GG. That was the final classification, but it wouldn't have helped anyway because the Plaguecrafter was just going to get it all done. So the opponent should just wrap it up. So that's a great combo there. Plaguecrafter is obviously amazing, and then when you can blink it back with Mothra, that is devastating. You get 2 kills for the price of 1. So, see, this combo's already, you know, they're just gonna blink it back in. So much value. They get back something, they blink it back in, and then this is totally game over. So let's see what we can do in round 2 of things. So there's a lot of synergies when you take all of Standard. Definitely, like Mothra, and then especially if you can craft this deck with when you can craft with all of Standard, you're going to find these synergies. Mothra, I think, is going to be one of the really good ones. A really good white card, right? It gives you back a copy of your creature that just died. Now it's a flyer. And so ETB effects are quite good. So in this deck, I've got Companion as well. I've got Kihara. The stipulation here is your deck has to be made out of cats, elementals, nightmares, dinosaurs, or beasts. It's got Vigilance, and then it gives your other creatures +1 and Vigilance. So with this account, I have the full access to put whatever I want in my decks. And so I just made a full cat deck. You know, it's jank, but it's on topic of what I like to play with. One other thing that people were saying about Companions plus Brawl or Commander is that it, you know, it has this sort of inevitability of, you know, that you will always have a certain thing. Because it takes up this slot outside of the game, and you definitely have that companion. Okay, let's see if we can get our stuff here. If I can mutate this Cub Warden. So if I can mutate that Cub Warden, that'd be cool. And then the cool thing, of course, is that you can put multiple things. Multiple mutations upon a thing. Although the problem, of course, is that the... watch what I do right here. During the upkeep, I tap a critter. Now that did get me into trouble in a previous game where I tapped a creature that could untap itself. And I tapped it at the wrong point. I needed to tap it at the moment they were going to attack, and I tapped it in the upkeep because I was trying to get clever, but I forgot, oh yeah, it can untap itself whenever it wants. Ooh, we get Biolante. Death Touch, Lifelink, mutate whenever this creature mutates. Return any number of cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, fun. But I have the ability to... There's nothing in the graveyard, so are we worried about that? I have my ability to do +20/+20, so let me put it on a Cub. That's a 21/21. So janky, but anyway, yeah, it's a 21/21. And I get the nice. So let's see if they aren't able to put any removal out, because obviously it dies to removal. But let's see what they can do here. This has so many abilities. Once it mutates, there's nothing to get out of the graveyard, so unless they put something in there first and then bring it back. Alright, let's see what shenanigans we're gonna get here. There's plenty of mana to do cool stuff. So one of the changes to the interface is now that the power and toughness is in the corner of the card. And then on the bottom left corner we have all of these particular what we have in the corner is all of these let me bring out another tap creature just so that I can try to pressure here, because I need to get rid of that Mothra. So see, I'm going to get that loop here if I don't deal with that Mothra. I do have a way to exile things, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. Now, they have a very good deck because the Fiend Artisan let them go tutor, basically, for Mothra once they needed it. And now, once you've got Mothra and then you've got other things to keep blinking, you know, that's very strong. So let's see if we can pull this off. We get Pelucanos. Now, how does that work with Escape, you know? I seem to have 42 life. How did I get to 42 life? Oh, yeah, I did 21 damage with my 21/21 lifelinker. Okay, so there's that Divine Arrow. I mean, I need to use that for Mothra, so I need to properly tap things here. Okay, so we'll do this. Then I'll have the Divine Arrow to kill Mothra when it attacks me, hopefully, before there's not too much problem in this loop stuff. So see, again, there, that comes back. So, okay, come on, I need for them to attack. 59 life? Yep, a 21-21 with lifelink. Come on, attack. Although they probably will have some good stuff like that. Okay. Cheville, sure. Perfect. Okay, so then we can do another one of these. Everything has lifelink. Everything has vigilance now, so I can start to tap things. Everything has vigilance now. And then I can tap out one more thing here to tap that out. So my Kahira gives everything vigilance. So Kahira is nice. So they're gonna keep the Fiend Artisan so that they can go tutor again. Oh, actually, that's good. Yeah, that's good. The Fiend Artisan lets you tutor, and they didn't, so that's good. So what does that do again? When a permanent opponent controls with a bounty on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Okay, yeah. The bounty card is not so bad. Okay, not so bad. I guess what I'll do here when they're about to attack, and I'll